I think that motion by themselves don't bite. They came here, they assure us they can secure the country, and like every speaker, one speaker after the other, we've all agreed that nothing much is changing. Resolutions will change this situation. We need to bring them back here. I limit myself to Army and Air Force because I don't think this is a problem of the Navy. I'm not also sure that the police that cannot protect our roads, as a result of which you have soldiers, that putting a barrack there will be enough. I just want to add that to show the seriousness of these hollow chambers under your leadership, that we summon the Chief of Army Staff and the Chief of Defense Staff and the Chief of Air Staff and the IGP to tell us why we should not hold them responsible for these killings. If somebody spent 3 days in Plateau and he had the kind of information that Senator Nigi shared with us, and every other person, it shows that there was proper planning. You can't carry out that level of planning in secret and it doesn't leak. If civilians are aware, how come that those who are paid to secure are not aware? We need to let them know that we are paid, we are angry with them for failing in their duties. They need to know that each time in Nigeria is wasted, we owe the security agencies responsible, and there must be consequences on their part. Nigeria doesn't owe anybody a job. They owe us a duty to perform the job that they have asked for.
In every society, we have conflicts. We have religious conflicts and differences. We have ethnic conflicts and differences. But when a dimension like this comes into effect, it calls the attention of Mr. President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Because the killings that were done in systematic manner. But as we move in, I don't think that the role of the military is always to employ kinetic. We discussed that in Kaduna and we came to resolution that as much as we go into kinetic, we must also dwell on non-kinetic methods in settling disputes in these various states. And if it was so, it took a long time. This information is not the first. This attack is not the first. Always on Christmas Eve. Always on Christmas Eve.
When this administration came on board, one of the initial steps that made this government very popular was a change in the leadership of the security system in this country. We all applauded Mr. Senate President that he had started well. And the service chiefs that came before the Senate appeared to be people that are capable of delivering on their mandates collectively. But 6 months down the road, the single colleagues, there appears to be no difference from what used to be the case in the preceding administration's tenure. I think there is need for us to call these service chiefs again. The single colleagues, I also escaped death narrowly last few days when I went home for Christmas. So we are all involved. I don't think there's any part of this country that is spared this problem of insecurity. If there is only one thing this administration will do differently from the previous administration, one will score the Tinubu administration 100%.
Also that Mangu, Bokos and Barkin Ladi local government areas of Plateau State located within Plateau North and Plateau Central Senatorial districts have consistently come under attack by criminal elements in the last few months, with the recent attack on the 24th of December 2023, which was a Christmas Eve, while many were celebrating the Christmas season, leading to wanton destruction of lives and properties, and a black Christmas for inhabitants of these areas. Senate notes further that this recent attack appears to be a well-coordinated and well-orchestrated, with about 20 villages being attacked simultaneously, leading to the loss of life of about 195 persons, and while still counting.
Christians and Muslims, that's what intermix. But what happened on the Christmas Eve? On the Christmas Eve was something that needs to be investigated by security agencies. It should not be just rhetoric. It just not be talks. Sir, anybody who is assigned responsibility as a security chief and he cannot deliver, he must be shown out. The National Assembly are shown out after 4 years, and we even have a recall item in the Constitution. If we cannot deliver, our constituents are asked to recall us, and 4 years we also go for election. We can't keep doing everything all the time and no result. This insecurity is pervading the entire northern atmosphere. It is important, Mr. Senate President, and look at what happened in Anambra too. Sir, let's just sit down as a Senate, as a body, and if possible, sit down, your leadership sit down with the President. Sir, if people could not deliver, let's get people who will deliver.
And to say that, yes, indeed, we have a responsibility to comply with the provisions of our Constitution, which is that the primary role of government is to ensure the protection of lives and properties. This is a very unfortunate, a very barbaric, and a very terrible tragedy for Nigeria that had led to what we may regard as a black Christmas for the country, because the level of killings were unprecedented and the number of villages affected simultaneously were also unprecedented. And it's very clear that these things were very coordinated, and therefore we believe there was failure of intelligence and failure of reaction, of timely reaction. And that is why the Senate is taking this very seriously. This Salo chamber should invite the security chiefs, namely the National Security Advisor, the Chief of Army Staff, the Chief of Air Staff, the DGSSS, DGNIA, because of the foreign elements involved, the Inspector General of Police, to meet in a closed session, to meet in a closed session with the Senate with a view to obtaining first-hand information on the Christmas Eve killings in Plateau State.
Right, Honorable Speaker Emeritus Gali Naba, who presided over the House of Representatives between 1999 and 2003, rest in perfect peace.
Distinguished Senator Plan, you said point of order.
My name is Senator Ireti Kingibe, and I had NEMA as well, that I so submit.
Chairman, appropriation. Approach the chair.
Okay. Point of order.